What's up, guys? Skittlerampage here. So we have another Funko oopsie. Looks like London Toy Fair is not happening in person. I don't know what this means for Funko Pops for Toy Fair. So let's talk about that. Alright guys, so it looks like the UK Toy Fair for 2021 is not actually happening, unfortunately. This doesn't really come as quite the surprise though, and I debated kind of putting this in the Funko Pop Oopsie category, but I feel like it's a Funko Pop Oopsie, so we're putting it in the category. And the reason I say it doesn't come as a surprise because of everything going on over there, and you know, with a new strain going out and things like that, everything going on with the pandemic. Basically, it just makes sense that they wouldn't. I was honestly really surprised that they were even still trying to plan this big scale event with as many people that go to these events, because this is essentially like a Comic-Con type event, type deal, because it's a toy fair releasing all of the new toys and figures and collectibles that are coming out within that year or, you know, years to come. And it was very interesting that they were still even deciding to do that with everything going on. And then, you know, everything started to happen with the UK getting put on lockdown again. And it makes sense why it didn't actually happen. Now, what this means for the reveals, actually, absolutely no idea what that means. I don't know if Funko's going to reveal them online. Maybe they have their own, like, live stream of Toy Fair. Maybe the respective companies will do that. Not entirely sure, but it's very interesting that 2021's already being affected. I wanted this year to be better for Pops and things like that. Now, I will say this about Funko. For 2020, early on, they started off really bad with all these articles coming out, their stock crashing, their stock went up like crazy. What was that? I think it was at like $4 at one point, and then it kind of doubled, almost tripled within the last 2 months or whatever, which was awesome for them. It was really great to see them kind of bounce back. And they released so many Pops in 2020. I feel like they released Pops in 2020 during the pandemic more than I've ever seen before in the 3 years I've been collecting. Absolutely crazy. Especially with everything going on with them maybe filing bankruptcy or not saying that that was legit, but you know, it was a possibility for most companies during, as well as them like furloughing employees and all kinds of craziness going on early in 2020. So it seemed to be a good year for them overall as well. Not for their stock prices, but you know, for the most part, everything seemed to go just normal in terms of Funko, I guess. Obviously things were affected. Anyways, so yeah, Toy Fair doesn't seem to be taking place this year, and looks like London says they're going to come back in 2022. So this is actual like little thing that they wrote on their Toy Fair page on their website. So it says, Toy Fair 2021 unable to take place. We have been working closely with Olympia London, and we have together taken the decision that despite all best efforts and endeavors by both parties, regrettably the Toy Fair 2021 is unable to take place. And like I said, this is such a large scale event, I don't feel like they should have even been trying to put this together in the first place. With everything going on, like things were getting better, but they're progressively getting worse now again. So, especially over there. Now, this conclusion is due to government restrictions now in place on large-scale indoor events in light of the pandemic. I don't want to get, like, demonetized or whatever for saying it. The well-being of our exhibitors, visitors, staff, and contractors is paramount, and currently the risks are considered too great to allow the show to go ahead as dictated by the government regulations, which I think is a good thing, that they don't want to risk anybody's health. I think that's awesome, because at the end of the day, they are just pieces of plastic. They are toys. Lives are on the line for this. But like I said, again, it was just interesting that they were still, I think it's cool that they were still trying to find a way to bring us joy and still trying to bring us the Toy Fair, regardless of everything that was going on. But, you know, honestly, this should not have been a priority personally. That's just me. I don't know. Even though I do want the Toy Fair to go on, I want to see new Pops. I want to, you know, show you guys reveals and make videos on this stuff. I just don't feel like this event should have been a priority at the moment. Maybe later on, maybe just push it back a couple months to see what's going on over there. We empathize with the industry's disappointment. This is the first year that Toy Fair will not take place in 66 years. They almost went for 7 decades, nearly 7 decades in the first place. That's crazy. We express our thanks to our exhibitors for their patience and understanding and for the support of the wider industry. and very much looking forward to a big return in 2022 from 25th through the 27th of January. As previously stated, we will be refunding exhibitors all stand space fees already paid. We will communicate directly with exhibitors in due course. So everybody who rented a booth or anything like that, they were all getting refunds, which is great that they're, kind of jumping on top of that. Now again, I don't know what this means for reveals. I don't even know if New York Toy Fair is going to happen. I don't think it's as bad right now that it is in New York that it is currently in the UK, so maybe they can make something happen. Maybe the government will be a little more lenient over there, the governor. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen with that. I hope to see some kind of toy fair, but if they do it, hopefully everybody's safe during it. But it's kind of crazy. It really is that we all expected it to be canceled, but when you hear the news, it's just kind of disappointing because, within the last, we were all looking forward to 2021. That's the crazy thing. And then with 2020 ending, December hits, and then there's a new freaking strain. Of course there's a new strain. They're ridiculous. Just when everything's starting to slow down, everything's coming together, and then bam! Hit us with a wave 2. So, absolutely crazy. I don't know everything about it. I don't know all the statistics and things like that. I'm just telling you guys what it's affecting. Most people might not know this, but we're not having London Toy Fair. It might be a virtual thing. They might figure out some other way to do it. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe they'll put everything at New York Toy Fair, possibly. I don't know. Let me know down below what are your thoughts on this. Do you guys think New York Toy Fair will happen? I think it's supposed to happen next month. Do you think it'll happen? Do you think it won't happen? We got it, both of them for 2020. And this was in the early stages of the pandemic. It wasn't even labeled as a pandemic yet. I don't think it was labeled as a pandemic until March, I think, of last year. And this was after Toy Fair. So with it already going through and we're almost a year into this whole situation, they definitely have to close it down, which sucks. But I completely understand why. So let me know down below your thoughts on this. Are you disappointed? Let me know what you think was going to be revealed at London Toy Fair. Again, we don't know what Funko's going to do, of course. They could do a live stream. They could do a series of random releases or reveals on their Twitter like they normally do. We have no idea. I'm just hoping some really cool things come this year, and hopefully everything gets better. Hopefully if I have any UK viewers or anyone in the UK or anyone over there that is affected anywhere in the world, hopefully everybody's staying safe. Wear your mask, hand sanitizer. I don't even know if that clears it. I don't know. Anyways, just everybody stay safe. At the end of the day, these shows aren't worth your health. They're really not. Because you can get all these things later. Money and figures and all this stuff is not worth your health at the end of the day. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This was more of a depressing Funko Pop oopsie. I felt like this one was depressing. But yeah, for the most part, just stay safe out there. Anyways, I want to say a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing for supporting the channel each and every month. You guys make a ton of things happen, so big shout out to you guys. If you guys want to check out the Patreon, the link is always down below. Also, make sure to join the Facebook group. The link is down below. Really cool community, really safe community, and it's buy, sell, and trade for all kinds of cool collectibles. And lastly, be following my social media. It's Instagram and Twitter to stay up to date. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe and click that notification bell if you guys like Funko Pop content every single day. All right, I love you guys. See you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.